Hungary, in the center of Europe, and more precisely Budapest, the capital of Hungary, is one of the foremost pinnacles of scientific research in the world. 13 Hungarian scholars have been honored with the highest level of appreciation, the Nobel Prize. Several examples are Gabor Dénes for originating holography and Dr. Albert Szent-Györgyi for developing vitamin C. Hungarian research scientists are highly recognized in the field of medicine as well. One of their most famous representatives is Dr. Ignác Semmelweis, the discoverer of antiseptic methods. Hungarian science shines once again and presents something very special, attracting the world's attention and appreciation. The biophysicist Marta Fenyő, with her research group during the end of the 80s, discovered the stimulating effect of polarized light.
Polarized light has a significant stimulating effect to the immune system. Approaching the matter from a different angle, I could say that if we treat the entire human body by bringing all its immune cells to a higher activity level, we increase the function of our own natural immunities.
Hogyha a vérben keringő fehérvérsejtek
If the white blood cells circulating in our bodies all get this stimulating effect, all the white blood cells responsible for the body's immune system arrive to a higher level of defense, a higher level of activity. Red blood corpuscles, when treated by polarized light, become more stable, their osmotic resistance increases, and so they are capable of tying down more oxygen.
Rezisztenciájuk, és sokkal több oxigént tudnak megkötni.
The history of polarized light began 30 years ago. The biological activating effect of polarized light was discovered by a young Hungarian physicist, Marta Fenyő. It was used to treat wounds and skin ulcers, and they noticed that the cells responsible for immune activity on the surface of the wounds and ulcers became more active. The damages of the skin healed faster. Based on this, a medical instrument was developed, which was capable of irradiating a patch of skin with a diameter of 15 centimeters. It was suitable for the excellent treatment of local symptoms.
This Hungarian invention, the lamp emitting polarized light, had started its world-renowned route from Switzerland and became known as the Bioptron lamp. But what is polarized light? Polarized light differs from conventional light in that while the rays of light travel through all directions of space, polarized light is an electromagnetic ray that is controlled and directed on the one plane.
After further research, Marta Fenyő had decided to create a medical device for polarized light therapy capable of irradiating the entire human body. She discovered that when the whole human organism is exposed to polarized light, the light penetrates 1 centimeter deep under the skin. It then reaches the capillary veins and increases the activity of the immune in the capillary veins. It has also been proven that the ability of red corpuscles to bind oxygen increases due to polarized light. With the help of the bloodstream, these cells can arrive at organisms which cannot be reached by light. In 2004, Marta Fenyő patented the technique of producing polarized light for unlimited surface and in optional shape. This is the basis of Sensalite. She has asked me to participate in developing Sensalite medical instruments. Its prototype was completed in 2008, which is suitable to treat the surface of an entire body. With the Sensalite medical instrument, we ensure the irradiation of the total body surface with the use of almost 1,000 lights.
Közel 1000 fényforrás segítségével biztosítjuk az egész testfelület megvilágítását.
A polarizált fényterápiának az a jelentősége,
The significance of polarized light therapy is that it stimulates natural defenses. It doesn't act against infections, bacteria and viruses, but it supports the body's natural system to defend itself against these.
Ő védekezzen ezek ellen a támadások ellen.
This way, polarized light therapy gives support and aid uninvasively.
És nem rombol.
What we see on the screen is the so-called liquid crystal model of the cell membrane. If if we enlarge a piece of the membrane of the white blood cell. It looks like this. Here are the apolar chains, here the polar heads, and in between the protein. The structure of the double lipid layer significantly affects the range of movement of the proteins. If we slightly alter this structure using a specific plane of polarized light's electromagnetic field, that is, if we slightly turn the polar heads, then the fluidity proportions change in the double lipid layer, and so does the range of motion of the proteins. This can influence several biological processes, such as transport, recognition, and immune processes.
There are people who want to preserve their physical and mental states. There are others who would like to speed up the healing process of their acute state. There are some people suffering from chronic, long-lasting illnesses for whom we can ensure an advance in their healing process and an improvement in their overall condition. And as a result of that, their life qualities.
Ennek a hatásnak az a biztos lényege.
The essence of this effect is that entering the human body, the light waves can positively influence the immune processes. It also affects any inflammatory process of the human organism in a positive way. It ameliorates the way you feel and the state of the immune system of sick people and of people who are not sick but in need of rehabilitation. And of course, there are many other aspects as well that indicate its effect.
Immunállapotát, és hát számos más indikációs területe is van.
I go to a lot of photo shoots and I perform a lot, so I need my voice and skin to be always alright. I've hardly been sick at all since I've been coming here.
I have a lot more energy. I am not getting tired so easily.
After a single treatment, I generally feel much better.
The professional staff of Sensolite participated in several conferences this year, both as speakers and as organizers. The success of the latter is proven by the fact that more than 70 physicians, all well acknowledged in their field of research, were listening with great interest to the lectures of the first National Medical Conference.
We successfully apply Sensolite polarized light therapy in the fields of pediatrics, dermatology, immunology, and allergology. Especially successful fields are sports medicine, traumatology, and orthopedics. Interestingly enough, it can also be used in psychiatry by treating mood swings and depression. An important field, furthermore, is rheumatology, the treatment of rheumatic pain, which is, of course, very common. More than 1 million people suffer from it in this country, and we can treat symptoms of pulmonology and otolaryngological inflammations as well.
More and more important media reports on Sensolite, which has received a positive qualification by the Ministry of Healthcare according to the Professional Code of Ethics.
Világra szóló magyar találmány úgy néz ki, mint egy szolárium, de a speciális ágyban polarizált fény gyógyít légúti betegségeket, allergiát, bőrbetegségeket és depressziót. Már működik egy ilyen készülék a budapesti Szent János Kórház gyerekosztályán, ahol beutalóval ingyen kezelik a kicsiket.
Mogellan, the scientific program of TV2, the other leading Hungarian commercial TV channel, interviewed patients in a colorful documentary who had been treated by polarized light therapy. This is how the patients remember the hard times preceding their treatments.
She used to choke and cough. Practically, she was nearly vomiting from the seizures.
Every night we woke up, she coughed and all. We gave her all kinds of spray.
My hands hurt very much and I was very worried because I am not in the age to have this kind of pain in my joints.
He often went down with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and the minute he gets these illnesses, he suffocates and has serious difficulties with breathing. We always ended up in the hospital.
Thanks to volleyball, I have pain almost all over my body. In my shoulders, my back, the small of my back, my ankles, my knees.
People suffering from joint gout, respiratory diseases, sports injuries, or burns have experienced significant amelioration of their complaints, often reporting nearly full recovery.
Its color has changed as well. The scar stone is closer to my skin now.
First of all, I cancelled the operation booked for 11th November. If there is no pain, why should I have an operation? I can honestly say that since then, and it's the middle of January now, 98% of my pain has disappeared.
The number of times I have to visit the hospital has very significantly decreased.
I don't feel pain in my joints anymore.
I lay down in this bed, and when I got out of it, I noticed that as I was taking an upright position, I didn't have to pause doing so and lean against the wall to manage somehow. I could stand up without a problem, so I found the therapy was effective after the first 20-minute session.
Scientists and clinical researchers are currently working on confirming further revolutionary fields of applications for Sensolite using double-blind, randomized, placebo-controlled methods. This research is approved by authorities.
Elsősorban olyan immunológiai.
First and foremost, we analyze immunological processes that are somehow connected to inflammations.
Valamilyen módon a gyulladással áll összefüggésben. Olyan gének kifejező.
Reduction of certain gene expressions and increase of other gene expressions suggest an anti-inflammatory effect.
Gátlás irányába vezet.
Polarized light therapy has been applied with great success in the field of pediatrics as well. Regarding the treatment at an early age, we have to emphasize that it can be used in the case of newborns.
We use it very successfully in treating diseases of the respiratory system. There's a pediatric rehabilitation ward in this hospital where we rehabilitate children with neurological problems and locomotor disorders. These children have attended light therapy as well. In their cases, we have noticed that on the day of the session, the psychotherapists, pedagogists, and psychologists have been more successful working with the children.
My smaller daughter, Réka, was born premature with a tight musculature. I have been taking her to physiotherapy sessions since she was very little. I take her swimming and to special massage treatments. When I learned that polarized light therapy can treat these kinds of problems as well, that it has a loosening effect on the muscles and provides the body with extra oxygen, we thought we should give it a try. The development in Réka's case is very spectacular. Her walk has gotten so much better. She still needs someone to hold her hand, but she walks with always less effort. After each 10-minute Sensolite session, she can walk visibly easier.
In December 2010, as a result of a cooperation, a Sensolite light bed was placed in the International PETU Institute to provide the physically disabled patients and conductors of the Institute with the positive effects of the light bed. Hopefully, future experiences will prove this effect, and thus, light therapy treating the whole surface of the body could become a part of the PETU method. The medical team of Sensolite trusts the quality of life both for children and adults will increase significantly due to these treatments.
Good morning, I'm Marta Fenyő.
Nice to meet you.
And you must be Kata. Hello, Kata. I have heard so much about you. The research that is about to commence and already has the ETT permission, which is the approval of the Scientific Council of the Ministry of Healthcare, is a research that we would like to conduct at the second pediatric clinic of the Semmelweis Medical University. We would like to treat children with brain tumor in a way that they receive everything that the present medical service can offer in the case of such diseases. We would like to add polarized light therapy in the period between 2 chemotherapy sessions to their treatment. We expect the amelioration of their blood count, their ability to produce white blood cells, and their immune system to boost. And we expect an increase in their general well-being and in the quality of their lives.
It turned out that she has a tumor in her cerebellum.
To make our daughter more comfortable with the side effect of the chemotherapy, we started taking Sensolite treatments.
We tried it for the first time after the second round of chemo, and Vicky hasn't had any problems with chemotherapy since.
The first dose of chemotherapy caused cataconstipation and the detachment of the mucous membrane of her intestines. This has totally ceased.
She's in a perfect state. We are through everything. We are only waiting for her hair to grow back again, and for her eyelashes to be as beautiful as before, and for the Merry Christmas, which will hopefully be happier than ever. And she's here, and she's staying with us.
Természetesen vizsgálni fogjuk.
Of course, we will be doing research on the development of tumors. We trust that we will have positive experiences in this field as well. We can only hope for this. I would really like to emphasize that the research is just about to begin.
A kutatás most kezdődik.